All right. Welcome back here to DGOT, the Instant Reactions. We got all four of us for this one tonight. We're taking on Scream 7, pretty big franchise. I think it's joined the $1 billion gang. Gang, join Mike Settle Wealth. We're all going to give
Shit.
our general thoughts first, but we are going to spoil this movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, we're going to spoil it. So if you stay around to listen to spoilers, don't get mad. You chose to do that. Don't be an idiot. General thoughts. I didn't hate the movie by any means. Like, I know that everybody thinks I just hate the Scream franchise, but I don't. Don't hate the movie. I gave it like an average score on Letterboxd. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I think I have all the usual complaints that you've heard everybody else say and regurgitate. So I don't want to beat that horse to death, but yeah, I got some pretty common complaints that most other rational fans who didn't just hate the movie for reasons, like if you choose not to watch the movie, that's your choice. But I don't know, giving it a half-star rating is without watching is just kind of weird to me. But I have real complaints, but I have real positives for the movie as well, and we'll dive into that when we do that. Brian, what'd you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I agree with you. It's not perfect. Actually, I think just the first Scream is perfect. I mean, there are problems. We've reviewed them all. There are problems I have with all the rest of them, but I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the hell out of this one. Let me just say this real quick before we get into plus and minuses, though. I have to watch it again, but I feel like there's a lot of missing ghost faces here. It doesn't feel completed. Like it feels like a part one of two or three. And I don't have any inside information. This is just me having a lot of love and hopefully, hopefully faith in Kevin Williamson here. But I really think that it's building up to that cult that I think Kevin wanted for 4 or 5. And if Kevin wrote this as a two-story arc, like I heard, because I heard they're already in pre-production for Scream 8 because of that, then it makes a little sense. And I think that we're going to get a lot of explanations to the problems that we have, or at least I have, with this movie, hopefully in the next one. If not, then this one will go down for me.
Before you go, Mike, Brian, is there anything in particular about Kevin Williamson that you really are fond of?
his his big script writing dick that he pulls out and flows on the table. There we go. That's what it is.
Come on,
That's at
it's a
least a
family.
two-game suspension.
Dustin has PTSD.
This is a family show. Family show. Come on, Jesus.
Bro, I watched Alexander Skarsgård do unspeakable things in the theater today in the movie Pillion, and you're going to talk about another man's unit? Come on.
Oh, man, scarred.
Sorry.
Okay. Massive fan of the Scream franchise. I think I said the last time when we did Scream 6 that, yeah, I don't know how I'm ever going to just like not like one of these. And I still feel that same way. Like, had a lot of fun with it. It always feels good to go back into this Scream universe, honestly. Oh. Yes.
I will tell you, I told Dustin and Nico beforehand. I'm sorry to interrupt you,
No.
but you brought it up. Like, I feel the same way, except I had to find out a spoiler about Stu before I watched this, because if Stu was alive for real in this, it would have ruined it, and it would have made me hate this movie. And I would have been aggravated the entire time thinking it really was him. So,
rumor said they shot it, screened it. Test audiences hated it, so you guys win. I honestly just wanted to see it to piss you off. Not because I hate you, but because I just wanted to see your reaction, I promise. It's because I love you. It's all out of love, buddy. But yeah, I mean, like I said on Scream 6, I don't think I can hate one of these, and I feel the exact same way here. Just nice to step back into the Scream universe. It's nice to have Neve Campbell back. Always a treat there as Sidney Prescott, and I think she nails the role again. And we're going to talk about positives, but I actually think the casting was really, really good, personally. I didn't really have a problem with any of it. And look, I think the story, Brian touched on it, and I thought the same thing, felt incomplete. Now, I listened back to our Scream 6 review a little bit to make sure that my things line up. I don't always do that, so I apologize. But this time I wanted to kind of be sure. I said on that show that the Ghostface reveals aren't that important for me. And that still holds true. It doesn't really matter who they are, it's how they're done. And we're going to talk about it a little bit more in depth, but I kind of had a problem with how this was done, not necessarily who they were. Because if it makes sense and it lines up, I have no problem. I mean, it could be Joe Schmo below down the street as long as it makes sense. There's some of this I just felt was a little bit of a reach even for me, but like you mentioned, I think there's more to come personally. And last thing, was hoping for a little bit more meta. Like Mike loves meta, going all the way back to the early days of the show. I wish there was a little bit more meta, and there's some, but I like a screen that has something to say about the state of horror, and I just felt like we did that with 5. I felt like we did that some with 6, less so, and even less so in this one. We're just kind of telling the story a little bit about Sydney and her family, which is fine. I just wish there was a little bit more commentary on what's going on in horror, but there's really not a whole lot of new to comment on, which I'll save my thoughts on that for the end. But I liked it. I'm going to always like these movies unless they just do something completely out of left field. Just like being back in the universe with Ghostface.
Yeah, I mean, Scream is right there with Saw for me as my favorite horror franchises. So I'm with you. I was never going to hate this movie. And I think that a lot of Scream 5 and 6, I think I forgave and overlooked just because I love the franchise so much. Like hearing Nico, poo-poo on 6 like he did, I think I just don't. I hear you. I understand you. I don't care. Like I like the universe so much. I like the franchise so much that it doesn't bother me, hinder me. I will say I didn't love this one, but I also didn't hate it. I completely agree with you too, Nico. Like having a opinion on a movie that you've seen is one thing, but hate bombing reviews on a movie that you have not and will not see is stupid. It's stupid. I would completely be in favor of Letterboxd requiring you to answer like a 5 to 10 questionnaire about the movie before you log a review to prove that you've seen it, because that just pisses me off. That being said, I do think that some of the criticisms from people that have seen the movie are very valid. This movie felt rushed. It felt jumbled. It felt like you could tell there were several rewrites. It felt like you could tell that the direction that they wanted to take this trilogy or whatever, ever since we introduced Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera's characters, it felt like, oh shit, they're out. Let's scramble. And in doing so, I feel like they relied too heavily on nostalgia for me. Maybe I'm alone in that, but it felt like this one played a lot of the hits and had a lot of mentions to the previous movies that I felt, whereas before they may have the references and everything, but I didn't feel them as much. I also thought that Nev, this is completely superficial of me to say, but I thought Nev Campbell looked great in this movie. Like she looked better in this movie than she did in part 5. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just because it'd been a while since we'd seen her. I don't know, but hey, she looked good. I'm a big Anna Camp fan, so my problem's not with her. But I guess we're getting into negative territory here. But I agree with what you said, Mike. Who the Ghostface is negotiable for me. Does it make sense? Do I buy it? Am I invested in it? And I'm not.
Right.
Okay, it's a jealous
Same.
neighbor. Like, get out of my
Right.
face with that. And then their whole the whole fight scene at the end of it just did not do it for me. But overall, I enjoyed it as well. I think I gave it a 3 as well. I think I originally gave it a 3.5, immediately knee jerk out of the theater. But I think I was riding the high of, hell yeah, we got to see another Scream movie. And then later that day, once I was home and settled and collected my thoughts, I was like, I think I'm closer to a 3, which half star, big deal. Call me Dave Meltzer. Star ratings don't mean anything. But I think I'm closer to a 3 out of 5, which is still, that's a positive review on Rotten Tomatoes if I were a critic. So I enjoyed the movie.
Absolutely. Let's jump into our positives, and now we're going to start into possible spoilers. I'm going to share. We're going to share some spoilers. So as of right now, spoilers start. Brian, you want to kick us off? Your positives?
Yeah, sure. Nico introduced me to Dolby Digital, and Holy shit. That's better than IMAX to me.
Oh yeah, it's
So
way better.
with that said, it made the jump scares hit. So, a few jump scares got me, and I'm not used to that, especially in Scream movies. And I think that had a lot to do with the way I watched it. I think it had a lot to do with being in that theater in Dolby Digital. So I think the jump scares were a positive here. I loved seeing Sydney at a different point in her life. I loved seeing her in the motherhood. I mean, that doesn't seem to me like a retread. Like I didn't feel the nostalgia overkill like you did, Dustin, just because it was a different point in her life, I guess. The dialogue I thought was greatly written because of that big old script writing dick that Kevin Williamson's got. But I just want to throw that in there. Now, listen, this was a big thing. The kills I thought were fantastic, and it wasn't just the usual stab Tatum in the stab here, stab in the back, like we've said a million times before. I thought just specifically Tatum in the coffee shop talking to Sydney almost had me almost in tears a little bit. I mean, Isabel May I thought was great, and the whole mother-daughter connection I think worked very well for me.
Mike, you want to go next to your positives?
Yeah, sure. I kind of ran off a couple of my opens, so I'm pretty bad about that on these reactions.
Me
but
too.
I have some I didn't go over. One, just to repeat, I think Nev is really good here as Sydney. So far, we're 7 movies in. She's been in 6 of them. I've never thought she's let me down in the role of Sydney Prescott. Like, whatever she's given to do, I think she knocks it out of the park. She could play this character to the end of time, in my opinion, and I'm fine with it. Even if we go further and it's a small bit role, fine, great, totally fine, get it. Just make sure you pay her enough, please. But I think that she's good. And another one, and I mentioned the casting because I didn't want to give it away there. I was skeptical going in of the casting of Joel McHale. I was like, I don't know about this. Because it felt off. I was wrong. I really like Joel McHale in this role. I thought he brought just a sense of familiarity. Like, we know, if you're familiar with his comedy and you watched him the last 15, 20 years or so, you know who he is, the kind of comedian he is, but he kind of plays a little bit of a straight man here. And I think he does a good job just kind of balancing out what is mostly a female-led film, right? Just like having that counterbalance there, I think is really, really good. I think the young cast is good. The mother-daughter relationship that Brian touched on, I thought added something new to the film. It's really weird to see Sydney Prescott, this character. When you go back and watch the first one, she's in high school doing this, and now she's raising a high school or teenager here. Just a really interesting thing over time that we're seeing. But 20 years after the fact, I think I love that dynamic, and it is interesting. I'm going to say that for, I guess, negative / mixed, so I'll hold on to that. But I like Anna Camp a lot. I'm a big fan. Like, I texted Nico something about Anna Camp that I won't repeat on this show, but he agreed with me is all I'm going to say about that. And so that's all. I'll leave that there. But again, I like the character that she's portraying. And there's been a lot of talk online about the role of Ghost, how much screen time each Ghostface gets and stuff. I would have liked her character to have a bigger part. But what they give her to do, I think that she does a really, really good job of. Obviously, I think the music is good because I don't think it's ever bad. I like the way it's shot. So a lot of positives for sure. One thing I always say, does this feel like a Scream movie? And I was kind of skeptical about that in Scream 6 because they took it out of Woodsboro, which is fine. It ended up being fine. It still felt like a Scream movie, and so did this one.
Dustin, you want to go next?
Sure. I thought the opening scene was good. I mean, it felt...
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I was surprised if they didn't say that.
I was too.
Yeah, you're right. 100%. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
It felt in line. We always know we're going to meet a character in the opening scene that's going to die. And I thought it was well done. But also it was cool to go back to the house that started it all just to see it. And then to see what they've done to the inside. Like, that's believable. That's believable. They would turn it into a tourist attraction. So I thought the opening scene was cool. It was predictable. It was also funny when she was spooked, didn't want to be there, and he put the ghost face costume on to scare her. I was like, God, that's something I would do 100%. Ruin it, kill the
Well-
mood. She break up with me anyway.
Not to cut you off, Dustin, but like the Mocker experience or whatever, like that's a real thing.
Yeah,
like,
it's a real thing.
tourist thing.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
You
that's
can
cool.
rent like you can rent that place like an Airbnb or whatever and hang
Mhm.
out there.
Didn't know that.
That's why I liked it. Like that's meta. Like that's meta that I like.
Yeah, that was the
Does it
meta
really
that I
have
enjoyed.
Does it really have the chalk lines and fake blood on
Yeah.
the floors?
I don't know about that, but you can stay at the Mocker house.
That's pretty cool. I thought the kills in this movie were good. I mean, like you said, Brian, it's not just stab here, stab there. Like there's some good kills in this, and brutality. Particularly, it might be cheesy and hokey, but the beer tap kill, like
That was good.
when his body weight pulled the tap down and the beer was pouring out his mouth, I was like, all right, I like that. That's cool. Joel McHale, I like Joel McHale as well. I'm a fan of him. Shout out to the former walk-on tight end at the University of Washington. Fan of his and almost everything I've
Wait,
seen.
what?
Whoa,
That's real? That's real?
Seriously?
Joel
Yeah,
McHale
we
was
found that out on
he-
the lateral, buddy. We sure did.
Yeah, we did.
Damn, nice.
He actually got a scholarship to be on their rowing team, but ended up walking on the football team as a tight end. He didn't play in any games, but he was on the '93 Rose Bowl team. So there's that.
Damn, nice.
But I'm a fan of pretty much everything I've seen him in, except for a piece of shit movie called Assassination Nation. God, I hated that one. Anyway, of course, even though he was AI, I'm always gonna love seeing Deputy Dewey on my screen. Shout out to David Arquette. Cash that check, brother. Love that. I thought that Nev and what was her daughter's name?
Tatum.
Tatum. Sorry, I've seen 11 movies since I watched this one, so I didn't take notes on it. So it's anyway.
Pretty good.
I thought their dynamic was really good because it's 100% believable that Nev wouldn't want to tell her daughter all about her past and fill her in and because that could go several ways. One of them being she could be could petrify her and she'd be afraid to live her life. It could also make her try to get more involved and it's just I like it's very believable. And it also made it hit closer to home when they have that moment at the end where they're like when they're sitting on the steps and she tells her about her friend Tatum that died. That was a very emotional moment. She's like, anything else you want to know? And just seeing the understanding in Tatum when she's like, that's enough for now. I was like, God, dude, I love that. Was really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think a lot of that's most of my positives from what I can remember. But it was a lot of fun times. Like I didn't feel the runtime, which I think this was a longer movie in the franchise, wasn't it? Or was it?
It's about on par. They're all
Yeah,
about
about
2 hour mark. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when I saw that going in, knowing how many times, the rewrites and everything, I was skeptical. I was like, there's going to be some
Oh,
stuff in
a runtime made you a little skeptical, huh?
on this one.
Oh, okay.
Listen, the rules don't apply to me. I was just
Ain't heard that one in a
skeptical.
while.
I was just thinking, I know there's going to be some stuff that is probably going to drag. That's how I thought. But it didn't to me. I was engaged all hour and 50 something minutes, whatever it was.
Really
All right,
quick.
I'll go next.
Oh,
Go
oh,
ahead. Go
sorry.
ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Just one more thing. Sorry, Nico. My bad. I agree with you. Everything you said about Tatum. One more small positive here is the way they presented the character of Tatum from the first movie. Like, we kind of go, not that they never talk about her in the other films. Like, I think she gets a mention in 5 and things like that. But really, like, exploring how the death of her has affected Sydney almost as much as the last 20 years of these Ghostface being in her life. Like, really thought they hit that on the head this time with the scene that you mentioned, Dustin, which is like, I named you after this person because of how much she meant to me. Because quite frankly, her death in the first movie is a fucking garage door. And it's not a sad moment really in the movie. So to have it hit home, I thought was a nice touch.
And also, when speaking of the garage door death, when Joel McHale is in the new addition part of the house or whatever, did anyone else think that he was going to get
Yes.
smashed by the garage
did.
door?
I was like, oh no way.
I actually have a little bit of a complaint about that. Like, you got tackled by Anna Camp. You a walk on at Washington. I didn't know he was a football player, but he got tackled by Anna Camp and got like that. That's pathetic.
Anna Camp could tackle me any day.
That's not what I'm talking about here.
Oh.
I am going to start off my positives with one one complaint just because I want to mention it. I agree 100% with you, Brian and Dustin. Good dialogue throughout the film. Had no complaints with that. And I agree with you, Dustin, the emotional moment between Tatum and Sydney at the end, when they're, kind of having their heart-to-heart. Did not like the line, "I'm Sydney fucking Prescott's daughter."
Yeah.
Like, you did not have that relationship the whole movie. Like, I know that's just a callback to part 5 with, like, I don't have a problem. I like that line in part 5 when Sydney's on the phone or whatever. "I'm Sydney fucking Prescott. Of course I have a gun." Didn't like Tatum's line right there. Like, you weren't in that, like, y'all didn't have that relationship yet. I just had to get that out there. The positives, though, like you mentioned, Dustin, opening scene, they're going to the Mocker house. Like that's a really relevant thing that people do. Like, I've seen several TikToks about it. Like, I like that. I think this is one of the better opening scenes. This might be top 3 maybe for me. I really like this opening scene.
Yeah.
It got me invested right away. Like you mentioned, Brian, our theater experience, them jump scares, they got me too, man. Like, it scared the shit. A couple of them scared the shit out of me because, we were right by the wall. The speakers are there, had the whole place shaking. Another thing I thought was cool, the theater we went to, like, one of the theater attendee or like the employees was dressed up like Ghostface walking around the theater like before the movie started. That was cool. Like, it was scary because it caught me off guard, but like, it got you in the mood. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine if Jada Pinkett would have been in that theater. I would have ran.
Some more positives. I agree with all of y'all. I thought the kills were really good in this movie. Like, they were a lot of knife kills, but they were creative with them. Like, even like the opening guy, like, he got stabbed through his eyeballs and all that. The beer tap was good. Shout out to the core too, who stayed in the movie. They made it back. They were interesting. Like, they were at least, I don't want to call them nostalgic, but they were familiar. We know that Chad, he's never going to die. Like, he's like Rick Astley, never going to give you up in this franchise. So shout out to him. I thought another sentimental moment that I did quite enjoy was between Sydney and Gail when they finally hugged and she admitted that she, Gail has been good to her outside of the first movie. Like, I thought that was a nice moment as well. Some more. I thought the movie looked good. Like, it was shot really well. This is I don't know if this is a complaint, but I thought this during. All right, so Joel McHale is like the chief of police. Okay, he probably makes 6 figures. Sydney, like, she runs a coffee shop, like a local coffee shop, and they got this nice ass house. You ever seen like that joke online where it's like they got this like $1 million house and they're like part-time like rock collectors or something?
Yeah.
Like, I immediately thought of that. Like, this is California. Like, this is a big house.
He's money laundering, baby.
He might be on the take. You don't know what kind of chief he
He's
is.
skimming off the top.
Hey, she did have that book too. I take that back. She had the book. I'll take it back.
And she's Sydney
there you
fucking
go.
Prescott.
That's true. He had him a sugar mama.
Stab royalty. Stab royalties.
Royalties from Stab, yeah.
Yeah, I take it back now, but I forgot about that. But I did think that. Another positive for me is definitely the fact that they brought McKenna Grace and Celeste O'Connor from Ghostbusters over. Like, I know that had to like tickle Brian's heart, like his Ghostbusters love. Me and him met McKenna Grace. She's awesome. Her line kicked my ass though. Like, I'm not appreciative of that, but I thought it was nice just to have two big names from other franchises in it as well. So I thought that was cool. Like, I like the young cast as well too, Mike. And I didn't hate how they used Stu and all that.
No.
Like, using AI and all that. I thought that was that's relevant and smart too.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
But
I actually thought the way they used Stu
those
was
are my
really
positives off the top of my head. Like, it's been almost a week since we've seen
Yeah,
the movie,
same.
so I'm sure I have
Also-
some other complaints, but
good. I like the running gag of Chad at this point. Don't ever kill this man. I think it's fucking hilarious.
I like how they brought those core two back too. They're working
Correct.
for Gale. Like, I thought that was pretty smart as well.
Well,
Like,
that's
why would why would that part of the core four be still around?
Right.
You know,
right.
It made sense.
They know as writers that they know what the people were saying about Chad not dying in 6. So they're not, and 5, to be honest with you.
Or 5, yeah.
The fact that he's still around, I think, should be a running gag. Like, he kind of has the Dewey role, which makes me mad that they killed Dewey, where, hey, we're just going to fucking almost kill Dewey. Nope, gotcha, bitch. And then they end up killing Dewey in 5. So when they did kill Dewey, damn it, Dustin. When they did kill Dewey, that that death held a lot of weight. So whenever Chad does die, I'm thinking that will hold a lot of weight with people at this point.
But at least with Dewey, like shit, by 5, he was almost a cripple from all those damn stab wounds.
Correct.
Chad Meeks is still out there. Just
He's like
fucking-
50 Cent out here.
There you go.
Should have been Gil. Should have been Gil.
I would have been fine with that.
Like when Chad and Mindy got attacked at the coffee or that like bar pizza place or whatever. It's like, I know he ain't dead.
I thought they might kill Mindy. I thought they might kill Mindy there.
I really didn't fear any of them dying, honestly. But
Yeah.
let's jump into our cons. Brian, you want to kick us off with your negatives?
Yeah, obviously the biggest one is the killer reveal. It isn't great. But honestly, I mean, that doesn't really bother me as much. I'm kind of with Mike on that one. But I also respect it not being the same old thing. You know, and again, really hoping that the next one goes more into them and hopefully that they're part of this cult and maybe it makes it better. But as it stands right now, I agree with what everyone is saying about it. It wasn't good. Now, like Dustin mentioned, the fight with Anna Camp drove me crazy at the end. Like, it was stupid as fuck. She was almost like the Terminator. Like, she was taking shots to the face with a brick and just getting right back up. Like, it drove me crazy. But her face falling off at the end, I thought was incredible. Like, that was pretty awesome. And I needed, my last thing here was kind of a big thing. I think I needed it to be longer because I needed more time with some of the friends like McKenna Grayson, like you mentioned, Celeste O'Connor. Like, it felt like a connection with all the, I felt the connection with all the friends of Jill in Scream 4. And I didn't feel that with Tatum's friends.
Yeah. Look, my biggest con, I've kind of already talked about it, is the meta piece. And look, I understand there is meta in the film. I'm not saying there's none. I've seen people say that that's just not true. There's a lot that they comment on, but it's maybe the kind of meta. Like, I really stand on what I said in my open, which was I like when a Scream movie has something to say about the current state of horror or even the state of the world for that matter, which Wes Craven kind of did for a lot of his movies, right? So I like when a Scream movie has more to say, and this one felt like it didn't have a lot to really comment on because there's been so many in recent years, and they've kind of done the sequel thing, what, the rules are of a sequel. So we're in the 7th film. I mean, I think it would have almost been really funny if they sent Ghostface to space just to fucking tickle people. I think that not the whole movie, but just like a ha-ha bit. I think that would have been funny. But anyway, I'm glad they didn't because that would have pissed a lot of people off. I don't want to hear it. But, some of the other negatives is exactly what Brian just said. Didn't get enough time with the friend group. And that's a big thing for the core 4, honestly, in Scream 5 and then again in Scream 6. And then you get Scream 4, which is really close to being my favorite Scream, depending on the day you ask me. You get so much time with that friend group that it makes everything that happens have a lot more weight. And we just get these early deaths with her friend group, and they don't hit as hard. Like, you want us to feel bad that Tatum is going through this in the way that Sydney did, but we don't get to know her friends at all, really. And so I thought that was kind of a letdown because that's kind of the whole point. In the first one, you get to know the friends. In the second one, unfortunately, we get to know the friend group and there's dancing on a table and stuff like that. It's terrible. But anyway, but all that being said, I thought that was probably the biggest negative for me. It's just like, I want to flesh that out. That's probably the one part of the movie that didn't feel like a Scream movie. I'm going to disagree, and this is a hot take, a very hot take. I know people want more creative kills in the Scream franchise. I hear you. I'm not, and I don't like the fact that people say there's never been any. There have been. Fucking the first movie has a garage door kill. I can't say this enough, but I kind of like stab.
And a TV kill.
And a TV. He's not dead. I'm just kidding. Calm down over there. I kind of like stab. I do. Stab to the butt, stab to the face, stab to the back, stab to the leg. Like, I don't know. It's the fucking movie within the movie is called Stab. And so I don't know. I kind of like the fact that they were simple kills because the reason I say that, and this is a big reason why, I have a thought. Ghostface is not Michael Myers. He's not Jason Voorhees. He's not Leatherface. He's not Freddy Krueger. Like, Sometimes it's a she. Like it's just like normal people dressed up in a costume killing people. So some of these creative kills, I'm like, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. What makes a lot
But in their defense, like, you know, one normal person may just want to stab people, but it's
Sure.
always a different killer. The next
Sure,
one may
that's
want
true.
to be fucking like, you know, surprise. You know, it's
That's a
just
good
made to
point.
defend. It's not the
Yeah,
same
that's-
person every time.
Yeah,
That's a good
I would
point.
personally use ice picks, stab them with ice picks because the evidence melts.
I'm out. I'm fucking out. I can't do this.
You gonna club them with socks with soap bars in it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, god damn it. That's the second time that I've had to follow that shit. I can't. Yeah, I mean, those are my big negatives. I mean, you know, I tried to think of some minor nitpicks. Okay, I'll have my last one here, and then Nico, please shut me up. The killer reveal, like me and Dustin and Brian have all said, who it is irrelevant to me. It, as long as it makes sense within the story and the context, and it's done well and it's well written, I'm fine. I really am. But this one didn't feel earned, and I almost would have rather it been one person, and that's Anna Camp's character as the neighbor, because the guy at the mental hospital to me is so out of left field. I know we helped with the AI, and that's how that tied in and stuff, but it didn't feel earned. At least Scream 6 was almost a comment on Scream 2 and how it was just another fucking family member of somebody, right? Like that's how that worked out. And so that made more sense than this. And I didn't really love that one.
And Scream 3 and Scream 4. Oh, but go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. You're
Hey,
right.
Jill's a great Ghostface. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I met
Jill's a
him, and
great
she was great.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's all I had. It's just, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You understand? I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Hey, y'all heard that, right? I'm sending that to the FBI.
Yeah,
Hell
fucking
yeah,
send
get
it to him,
outta
pal.
here.
Good.
Gone, pal.
Good. I've had a good run here for a good time, not a long time. Shout out to George Strait.
Oh man.
Say hi to Bubba for me.
Trusting the FBI, they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, so I don't know if that would do us any good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hell, these days the FBI may help me take you out. Chin.
Ooh, that is true. Get ready to learn Vietnamese, buddy.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
I'm about to have to learn how to do pedicures.
I don't know. You seem more like the type that would have a dry cleaner business. I don't know, but anyway.
You get out my store.
Anyway, let me. I'll go now with my cons. So you guys mentioned we didn't spend enough time with the friend group, and I think that's what I meant when I said this movie relied heavily on nostalgia for me. Every Scream movie is about the friend group. They introduced a new friend group in Scream in 5 Cream and in Scream 6, and we followed them. And this one, it's like, nah, we're going to introduce some kids that could be who we're going to follow, but mostly we're going to follow Nev. We've got her back. Let's prominently feature her. I'm not complaining about that, but that's what I meant when I said it relies. It's like, okay, we got to get people on board. Nev Campbell's who they love. Let's give them all the Nev Campbell they can handle. So to me, it didn't feel consistent in that regard to the Scream franchise. Chad and Mindy, big fans. Like I loved them in Scream 5 and 6, and I'm glad that they were in this movie. But to me, what was the point? Like they weren't featured prominently enough. We had that one scene at the pizzeria or bar or whatever the hell it was where they, she goes over the rules, and he's like, "No, you promised." We said no rules, and she goes into them anyway. And then they get stabbed or taken out, and we never see them again until it's all said and done. So to me, it felt like they were wasted characters. They were brought in also just to kind of give us some continuity with 5 and 6 while we can move in a different direction. So it felt like they were wasted to me. I thought it was very predictable when they went to the nut house that Buddy was going to be in on it. Like, oh, you mean John? That's John Doe. I don't know. To me, it's just I didn't really care for that writing, and then the reveal that he's in on it. Like it felt like that was too convenient. Also, Ethan Embry, I don't know if it's makeup in this movie, but I also saw him last year in that movie Christy with Sydney Sweeney about the boxer Christy Martin. He was in that as well. Please don't take this the wrong way, Ethan, if you listen to this, but you look like shit, buddy. Like, and the reason I say that, he doesn't. I'm not saying he actually looks like shit, but I'm saying in comparison, if you go back, he was a heartthrob when Empire Records came out. He was like every girl's crush during that time. It's just how the mighty have fallen. My
And
word.
that thing you do.
Yeah,
he was like that too.
Yeah. Sweet Home Alabama. He wasn't the heartthrob in that. He was the, oh shucks, look at me, redneck. But he was the love interest. It's crazy how he looked in this movie and in Christie's. I'm concerned.
He said you look like shit, buddy.
I apologize if you're listening, but
I'd love to have you on the show. I think you're a phenomenal actor. You're one of the most underrated actors there are, but it's just, I know several girls that were in love with him, and to see him in these last two roles I've seen him in, Buzz, your girlfriend, woof.
You're like Dustin. You're like Mace. I put the disclaimer out there.
There's something I'm just not buying, or I rolled my eyes out at the very least. How did this house have a whole secret tunnel network that Tatum didn't know about? She's like, what is this room? Kid, you grew up in this house, or you've lived here for a while, it appears. Kids look for Christmas presents. She would have been in her mom and dad's closet and saw this big metal door that's got a numbered lock on it, a security padlock. Come on. Also, they have to be on the take. How are they building a house with that elaborate of a security system in place? Come on. The ending, yeah, like I said, it's just the fight scene was silly, and a lot of the dialogue, particularly Anna Camp's character, like her spilling the plot because us as viewers are too stupid to figure out motives, so you have to literally say step by step why you're doing what you're doing. I thought a lot of that was cringe. I didn't like the dialogue there. And then her, like you said, overpowering and tackling the chief of police. The whole reveal that Ethan Embry's character was in on it. Just none of that worked. But by God, they won me back over with her face falling off. That was probably the funniest thing that has happened in a Scream movie. I feel confident in. Like, I did not. It looked like when you get a hot pizza and you hold up a slice and the toppings just fall off. Like, that was awesome. Another thing that is just, I don't know, I don't really buy, is that she killed her own son. Well, I don't think she did, because I don't think she could lift her son by the head and place him on the beer tap like that. But she was okay. She was complicit with her son being killed. I know what she said, but it's inconsistent. She told Gail to back off her son. She was overly protective when Gail was talking to her son or looking at her son and everything. And then all that just to have him killed. It seemed like she was a better mother than that. She makes Casey Anthony look like Mother of the Year. I don't know that I buy that. So,
damn.
Yeah, all that to be said, I do have quite a few negatives, but that's not to say I didn't enjoy it.
Now, I got a question. I told you I had it spoiled because I couldn't have survived not knowing it. But did any of you guys that did not know that Stu was just going to be AI think that this was really him? Like, buy into it?
I refuse to believe that he was alive.
No.
Well,
okay.
I've seen crazier things happen in movies. We've seen things get retconned left and right. But I'll be honest, Brian, I didn't even consider the possibility of AI until you sent me that text before I saw it. When you said that it better be AI, I was like, oh shit, that's a good point. So you kind of spoiled that for me. Thanks, dude.
No, my bad.
Hold on.
I didn't know.
No, you're good, and I'm glad they went the route they did. And I'll take it a step further. I like the fact that when she opened the laptop and saw the video and thought that it was her boyfriend, I like that. That threw us off because it's like, oh shit, it was him. And then,
but that's the thing. Like, that motherfucker was doing too much to not be involved, and that's why I kind of hope, maybe he was involved. We'll find out in the next one. That's what I hope. I'm still holding on to that.
Because why wouldn't she know that he's good with computers?
But so a couple things. Why wouldn't he tell her when?
Yeah.
because he got questioned, like he was named a suspect by Chad Mindy. Why wouldn't he be like, hey, look, I just made this, so it is possible,
Yeah.
instead of letting her
Yeah.
see it. And then when he got stabbed, the first thought that ran through my mind was, this is a Stu and Billy thing. Like one of us has to get stabbed so they don't know we're in on it. I thought, okay, he's still going to be in on it. No, he just really went out like a punk. Okay.
All right, I'll go with my qualms real quick. And me and Brian already talked about this. I'm Jon Snow in it, I guess, but to me, like the Ghost Race reveals are like, to me, what the movie is written about. Like, this is why we have the actual movie. You know, like this isn't Jason. Like, we don't know who these people are. Like, the motivation behind the characters are why we have this movie, right? So I didn't care for the Ghostface reveals really at all. And it is disappointing. You know, I'm not going to harp on the Melissa thing, but, you know, I kind of talked about Brian this in the past as well. Like, I would have really liked for Melissa to be the Ghostface in this movie. Like,
Yes.
to go, you know, like lose her like sanity after the past two movies. You know, she's haunted by Billy Loomis.
Yes.
You know, her dad, and like she goes after Sydney. Like, I'm here for that. And like it comes down to like the two big final girls. Like, I would like that, but we didn't get that. That's not a hate on this movie because we all know what's happened. But to me, I didn't care for the Ghostface reveals at all. Like, I just didn't think they were good.
There's your plot for Scream 8. They bring back Melissa and they don't reveal her the entire movie until the reveal at the end, like the Scooby-Doo. Oh, Melissa. And she's come back for vengeance for getting left out of this movie.
But
she's the leader of the cult. Yeah, that would be awesome.
My other big complaint, and me and Brian talked about this as well, is like before this movie, we even saw this movie, we already saw that Scream 8 was in production. Nev kind of pitched it as like, we know Sydney, or Nev has said she won't kill Sydney off. So to me, none of the scenes that she's in trouble and I have any worry that she's going to die. Like when her and her daughter are in the wall getting stabbed at, she's not going to be damaged. She's not going to get hurt. We know she's not going to die. So like, there's no tension there. Like it automatically erases all that. At the end, when she fights Ghostface, we know nothing's going to happen to her. There's already another movie being made that she's pitching. So I'm not scared anything's going to happen with Sydney. And I agree with you, Dustin, about them tunnels thing in the walls. Like, you couldn't think of anything better. You got this giant bank safe that you're hiding in, and you're crawling through walls that can get stabbed through with a knife, and you can't breathe. You're breathing like you're Johnny in A Violent Nature. So what are we doing here? You're too loud. We're losing recipes here. I will disagree with y'all on one thing. I didn't really care about like the Tatum friend thing too much because we got so many other familiar characters we're following. Like, I don't know. Like, I was more worried about Nev and her daughter more than anything. Like, I like that dynamic. And it was, I mean, and Celeste O'Connor's character, like, apologies for not, Chloe, like, she was around for a long time. Like, I don't know. I just didn't really care too much. But I am a little upset. Joel McHale as the husband kind of got bitched out a lot. Like, I don't know how he survived either. He got stabbed quite a few times. But maybe Ethan Embry's character learned some stuff at the psych ward to keep him alive. I don't know. But then again, he was at the psych ward while Gail and Sydney were there. So it was Anna Camp who did that. And all she knows how to do is kill her husband. So I don't know how she kept him alive.
That's better than Ray and Halloween getting killed and nobody giving a fuck. Nobody cared.
Hey, they cared in the second movie.
Man, they tried to care. Don't fuck. No, that nobody cared
about that. You know what else about that second movie? Nico cared about that second movie more than I did. That was crazy. Halloween 2? Rob Zombie?
You talking about Halloween Kills?
Oh, never mind. I thought you were talking about...
you're talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Those are my two big complaints. Like, I mean, honestly, outside of that, like, I thought the movie was pretty damn good, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would have it's above 2 and 3 for me. Like, I don't know if y'all want to rank them or not, but I like it better than 2 and 3 for sure. Do I like it better than 6? I don't know. Like, I don't think 6 had a good Ghostface reveal at all either. So I don't know.
Part 3.
No, 3 sucks.
It's Jan Silent Bob.
I don't. 3 is not good. Like that, I'm not going to cave on that one. I thought it was pretty cool that David Arquette got a pop out of nowhere because Brian's mentioned to me, like, why is he on the poster? Like, is he trying to like the milk the like the Scaradise poster? It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why is he on the poster?
And he had a Scream 7 poster at his desk, and I was like, is he just trying to, like, you know, why would he be signing that? Why would he have that out to sign? I had no idea it was there.
Because he's the GOAT. When you're a
But
former
those-
WCW champion, you can do whatever you want.
Did you see that picture that he took with Mick Foley?
No.
Yeah, Mick Foley posted a picture of them two like reconnecting and all that. That was pretty cool. But those are my two big complaints, really, just the Ghostface reveal and just we know nothing's going to happen to Sydney. And also, like, what the fuck happened? Like, why would you run away from Gail when you get this call like they're after your kid at this pizzeria? Like, you had a ride there. You knew you couldn't get there fast enough. And
Yeah,
then
that was
Gail just
stupid.
disappears
Yeah.
until the end of the movie.
Yeah.
She can't, like,
Well,
they showed
he
the
did say- he
station
did say
host call the
come-
cops.
He said, "Come on."
Where were the cops at? Your husband's a chief of police. There, where is is this Haddonfield, Mike? What's going on here?
Also-
yeah. Yeah.
Also, it was crazy to me that Joel McHale survived all that. Like, I know Chad survived way worse, but that was wild when he was still alive.
I agree. They
I-
didn't see him cutting them.
How do you not
I
suffocate?
read that they had Anna Camp's face fall off at the end, so they didn't hurt Courtney Cox's feeling because it looks like her face is always about to fall off at this point.
Jesus.
Mike.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm
that's
sorry.
interesting.
I'm sorry.
You said
Come
it,
on,
but
man.
You were thinking it. I don't think anything on Gail's lower face moved that whole movie.
Come on, man.
And I'm not trying to be a hater. I mean, I think
I'm
Courtney
not
Cox is like in the longest
Yeah,
yard.
she's
Like
great.
she's a 10 out of 10, you know. But
Oof, yeah. she's
good
great.
night.
Oh, yeah, that's the best she ever looked, respectfully.
Not Scream
You
3.
ain't kidding.
No.
Longest yard for sure. But those are my
Yeah, I
two
agree.
big complaints of the movie. Guys, you got any more complaints or final thoughts before we get out of here? Y'all want to
No,
rank
I
them?
can do a
Y'all feeling brave
sure.
enough
I
to
can rank
them?
mine. Yeah, let's go.
You want to go first, Michael?
Sure. Why not?
Go ahead.
All right, 1 and 4 or 1A and 1B. It depends on the day you ask me. It really does. Love 4 still with all my heart. It's a great fucking sequel. To me, it's it's right up there. But I'm gonna go 1, 4, 5. Really, in retrospect, after a rewatch recently, really like 5 Cream. I think it's a really good Scream movie. 3 after 5. Then this one,
Whoa.
the most recent one, 7. Then 6, I thought, just because it was long as fuck. But 7 and 6 are kind of interchangeable to me at this point. I like them both about the exact same. And then 2. But even 2, like I said when we reviewed 2, there's no such thing as a bad Scream film. So 2 may be last, but 2 is still a good film. Just annoys me the most.
Fair enough. I'll go next. 1 is it's the best one to me. 1 for sure. See, here's where it gets sticky to me. 2 and 3. I could swap 4 and 5 because I'm right there with you, Mike. I like 4 and 5 the most of these. But just for now, since I'm riding that high off of meeting everybody from 4, I'll go 4, number 2, 5, number 3. Then this is where it gets sticky as well. Do I want to put 6 or 7 here? 6, 7.
Hey.
Sorry, I had to do that. I'm
Jeez.
gonna put 7 here, then 6, then 2, 3. So 1, 4, 5, 7, 6, 2, 3. I'm good with that for now. But I also
Mine's
need to see
only-
this one more
mine's-
time.
I'm only 1 off of yours, Nico. I'm got 1, 4, 5, 7, 2, 6, and 3.
No, I'm not going to do that because that's not how business is done. I don't
He's
know.
mad about 3. He's
I
mad
can't
about
remember. I can't remember how I ranked them previously, and I can't remember. We'll say 1, 4.
CD kicking your ass, bro.
It is, dude. This is the most
Hey, let's call up Tyler
Cool thing
Labine and
Nico's
see if
ever
he'll
done.
rank Scream for us.
1, 4, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 6. 2, 3, 5, 7.
Where's 4 at?
Niner. I said 1, 4. 4 is second.
You said 1, 2.
Oh, 1, 4,
Okay.
6, 2, 3, 5, 7.
So 7 is dead last.
Yeah, but no,
Okay.
it's not a bad thing. Something's got to be last.
I mean, you still gave it a 6 out of 10, and or 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
So.
2,
Not terrible.
5, Niner. Did I catch a Niner in there? Were you calling from a walkie-talkie? That's Tommy Boy Nico.
I've seen that movie in the past.
Fat guy in a little coat. Fat guy in a little coat.
Gee, that's a hot girl down there. I wonder if she goes out with one of the Yankees.
Anywho, this has been an all-hour instant reaction. That was fun. That's longer than some of our reviews have been recently.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's Scream, Halloween, stuff like that. We always have the most to say about these because
Only
They're
only
so
ones
close
getting
to
new
our hearts.
movies.
yeah, that's true. Shout out to McKenna Grace. She was great to meet. She's awesome. Yeah. Anything else?
No. Good night, McKenna Grace.
God. Red right hand.